Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday Active Aging Workout. Those of you who are ready and raring to go, you know what you need, right? A chair is handy, set of hand weights. If you have a tube, you can use one. If you don't have any equipment except a chair, you can still join in. You can use some body weight. Remember, you can always use just isometric type, they're not totally isometric, rhythmic contractions that are, you squeeze, release the muscles that you're working. Hard to demonstrate, it's hard to see what I'm actually doing there, but I think maybe by now you understand there's my chest press here. If it's a back work, you're squeezing those shoulder blades. So you can activate muscles even if you're not using some resistance. Those of you with really severe joint issues might have to do that. So just ramping up here. Usually I start a little 5 minutes early so that we can start the workout at 10 Central Time. So I just try to give some introduction and let you know what you need in the meantime. So I went over the equipment. Also, I need to always make sure you understand that you are working out at your own risk. So you need to monitor yourself. If you know you have heart condition, high blood pressure, you have maybe fibromyalgia, maybe arthritis, asthma, all kinds of things. Some things I probably haven't even talked about. You need to monitor yourself, back off the intensity level if it becomes too much. We don't want to be overwhelmed. We just want to what? Keep moving. That is our motto. I need you to keep moving. Sedentariness is your enemy. So even those of you who battle pain in your joints, those who battle back pain, all kinds of those kinds of things, unless, of course, you've been told by a doctor or a physical therapist not to do something, or if there's really extreme cases, except for that, you need to keep moving. Sometimes you need to work through gently, but need to work through it to keep yourself healthy. I talked to somebody the other day who told me that suffered from chronic back pain and that yoga, literally, she said, saved her life. It kept her moving. Now, does that mean that she can wrap her leg around her head? No. Does it mean that she spends a lot of time in, say, a downward dog? No. But she's doing some gentle, continuous yoga moves, and just that movement of the spine that's gentle, that's within the range of motion that she can handle, is going to help her stay mobile, and that's what we want. So keep moving. I see that we have some people kind of peeking in here, Jeff and Mary and Christy. So you might join in. Maybe you just kind of peek in and see what's going on. What is this active aging workout? So you remember, you don't always have to use the chair. I will demonstrate the chair because I like to make sure that people who need it know what they're doing. So you're working out at your own risk. Make sure that you have good shoes on. They don't have to be the top of the line, $200 sneakers, but closed-toed shoes for sure, especially if you're using any kind of hand weights. Be aware of the flooring that you're on. If you're on carpet, it can catch sometimes. It's easy to roll your ankle on something like carpet, so you need to be more conscious of lifting your feet. If you're on more slippery floors, then you need to be more conscious of having shoes that have some tread on it. So always be aware of your flooring and of your footing. Let's also be aware, because if you're working out indoors, most of you probably are, if you're using video, if you need some fan movement, air movement, do that. Make sure you have water handy. All of those things are important. I need you to monitor yourself, back off as needed. Okay, so today's workout, we'll do a little bit of cardio, we'll do a little bit of leg work and upper body. I need you to back off of stuff if you need to. Take the modifications that I give if you need them, and if what I'm doing and even the modifications don't work for you at all, I need you to hashtag keep moving. So at least march in place. And remember, if you ever get dizzy or it's getting too much, if you need to even sit down to rest, I need you to at least keep your toes wiggling, okay? You need to keep that blood flowing back to the heart, okay? Great, another little tip. I've had a few people, not too many, 3 maybe in my whole teaching time, of people who have issues where they literally, it's not just vertigo, they get very, very dizzy and literally have to lie down if they get too dizzy, because they sometimes pass out. They just have some kind of condition. So one thing I've read about up on that is doing something where you, even if you're lying down, that you contract muscles one at a time. So you can squish your hands, hold, release, maybe make a bicep curl, flex and release, tense up in the shoulders, release, squeeze your glutes, all of those things. Squeezing muscles and then releasing. Anytime you do that, you want to breathe. You never hold your breath while you're contracting muscles, okay? So that's just something that I've learned about. Those of you who have that kind of condition, or even if you don't, when you do get tired or dizzy, at least contract and release muscles. It's very important to keep that blood flow, and it actually can help alleviate some of that dizziness. So another little safety tip of the day for my active agers. I'm ready to move. Are you? All right, remember, you're working out at your own risk. Make sure you have water handy. Make sure your area is clear for movement. If you're gonna move and be out of the chair, if you're gonna be in the chair, get ready. Sip of water. Remember, if you're in the chair, at least half of your thigh is off the chair, more if you want, but we don't just sit back in the chair. We sit up nice and tall. Let's begin with the march, whether you're standing or seated. All right, I'm demonstrating seated. You may stand up if you like. We're all marching. Remember, if you're seated, these hip flexors will get tired real quick and overworked. So leaning back is okay. So I just said half your thigh stays off and you lean back without slouching. Got it? Awesome. We're still marching. You're gonna reach your heels forward, toes way up. Can you stand up taller or sit up taller? We're gonna open and close the chest. Close and open and close and open. Now we've been tapping our heels. We're gonna tap our toes. Toe, toe. Now take the arms overhead, swing up. Good. Now we're gonna lift our knees, hands on the hips. All right, my hip flexors are getting a little tight. I'm gonna lean back. It also gives me a bigger range of motion, seated. If you're standing, stand up taller. Beautiful. We're changing it to a kick, kick, kick. Remember, you're welcome to sit up. This helps give you a little more range of motion if you lean back. Standing, you stand up tall, keep that kick going. 4 more. We're all going back to a march. Good. We're gonna march wide and narrow and out and in. Good. So I'm going left, right, left, right, left, right. Changing it to a right, left, right, left, right, left. Tap your toes. Now if you're standing, you're tapping your right toe. It's hard to tap both at the same time. If you're standing, tap your left toe now. The rest of us seated can tap both. Awesome. We're all taking a deep breath. Swan diving forward. Stretching through that back. Halfway up. Fold forward. All the way up. Lean to your right. If you need back support, hand comes down. That's fine. Both if you can do it. Inhale up, over to the other side. Can you lengthen those arms some more? Inhale, center, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, reverse swan. Bring the arms out and down. Shoulder roll. We're all going back to a march. Now, if you stay seated, you can lean back to release those hip flexors. I'm gonna stand up for this section. Heel taps, reaching forward. You can do it seated. Reach the toes forward now, and take the arms overhead. Knees up. Changing it to a kick. March it out. Take it wide and leave it wide. Swing side, side. So it can be done in the chair. Swing it side, side. Take it to a little twist. Make sure you're picking up your heel. And march. Let's get a sip of water. All right, we're gonna do short bursts of intensity. If that's too much for you, you're just gonna keep it nice and level, or make your burst moderate, okay? Everybody, give me fast feet, 20 seconds. Nice. You can do it seated. If you're standing, try not to lean over to do it, okay? Slight little lean. March it out. Yeah. Let's take the arms back and stretch the chest. Deep breath with it. Shake it out. Let's go, another 20 seconds. Pump it. You can do it seated. These are little fast feet motions for your agility. And march it out. All right. We're gonna do a little bigger march now. We're gonna bring those knees way up. We're still going for some speed, some intensity speed, but it won't be as fast as you just did, because you got a little more to, I need you to move a little bigger, bigger range of motion. You ready? Go, go. Higher knees. You can do this seated. If you're seated, you may need to lean back to give you a bigger range of motion and let those hip flexors release a bit. Good. Your fingers are not balled up in a tight fist. Not too tight anyway. Easy does it. We're gonna do it one more time. High knees, high intensity for you, whatever that looks like for you. Let's go. Get those knees up. Beautiful, keep working. Your neck is relaxed, come on, and release. All right, I'm getting near the chair. We're gonna do squats. If you don't have a chair, you don't wanna use a chair, you're doing squats without the chair. Otherwise, sit down, stand up. You can do it slow or fast. Those of you who stayed in the chair, you can stand up, sit down. If that's too intense for you, your knees or hips aren't having it today, I need you to transfer weight like so. Maybe you lift your butt off the chair, maybe not. Good. Everyone's doing squats, whatever form you can take. Hey, remember, those of you in really tough shape today, just squeeze, release the glutes. That's always a squat. All right, grab a sip of water. If you have hand weights, get them. If you have a tube, you can use that. Where am I? So if you're using a tube, since we'll be doing different arm motions, keep it loose instead of standing on it. So when we do back work, you'll squeeze your back here. When we do chest work, you'll bring it forward. Bicep work, just hold it out, because we're gonna add some legs too. So you're just gonna hold it out and bicep curl or tricep kick back, okay? Otherwise, everybody get your sip of water? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. All right, start with that row, squeeze the back. So I'm seated. This is the best way to support my back if I need it. If I'm standing, I can split my stance. Awesome. So if you're standing and you want a little extra something, take one leg back. Squeeze it up if you want. If you're with me, you're gonna switch legs now. Keep your hands relaxed, holding but relaxed, not squeezing. Good, chest press. Press, release. Press, release. This is my first level. I'm just pressing in together and relaxing. All right, if I have decent shoulders, I'm gonna open a little more. If I'm in the chair and I want even more, I can open this way. This is the hardest one, because gravity's helping, okay? Remember the tube, you take it behind your back. Yeah, everyone bicep curl. Good, if you're able, take one leg out, lift and lower. You can do it standing, if you got good balance. Either way, we're all gonna switch legs. If you're doing one leg, you don't have to. If you have bad balance, keep both feet on the ground. You can do it seated. 4 more, 3 more. We're going to triceps soon. Give me one more bicep. Leaning forward, tricep kickbacks. Remember what we did on those back rows? You're doing it again. Lift and lower if you want, if you're standing. If you're seated, triceps is all you got. You can tap your toes. Switch legs. Straighten those arms. Come on, make your triceps work. They don't wanna, they never do. 4 more. 3, come on, straighten. 2. Rotator, elbows at the waist. Step out and in. You can do that seated. Those who want to can go to a little deeper lunge. Remember, sit your butt back rather than bringing the knee forward. 4 more, 3 more, 2. Going back to squats. I'm just holding weights. You don't have to. You can transfer weight or squeeze your butt. I'm gonna stand up, sit down. I'm doing 30 seconds. You can go slower. If you're standing up, sitting down, make sure, either way, make sure your feet are out in front. They're not tucked under. 10 more seconds. Check in with your grip. It's not a death grip. We're going back to the back rows. You may sit. Let's row. Squeeze the back. I'm doing that optional leg lift. Keep going. 2, 1, switch legs. We're gonna switch to the chest press. Here we go. If you want, little mini squat. Don't gotta. Squeeze the chest, squeeze your glutes and the chest. Optional. Squeeze, flex. Keep going, 8 more. Chest shines forward, loud and proud. Good, 1 more, going to bicep curls. Here we go, remember, optional leg. Try to go full range. You could do this seated. Change legs. If you're struggling with balance and you want to do the legs, sit down, okay? 4 more. Here we go. Tricep kickbacks. Optional leg lift. Don't gotta. I need you to focus on those triceps. Get the neck long. Get the arms back. Straighten the elbows. Change legs if you're with me. If you're seated, you can't take your leg back, so maybe you're tapping your toes with it. 4, 3. This time, instead of rotator, we're gonna do lateral arms. Out and in. You can change it to a little lunge. Optional, right? Otherwise, step out. Good. Arm moves as a unit. If you have strong arms, light or no weight, you could do straight arms. Good. One more time each side. Here we go. Right, left. Back to squats. 30 seconds. Go. You can hold the weights. If it's too much, put them aside. Keep them out of the way. Remember, you do not have to stand up, sit down. You could transfer weight. You could squeeze your glutes and release. You don't even have to use the chair. You can just do squats. It's only 30 seconds total, only a few more seconds, I promise. We'll set the weights aside. Let's go. Weights aside, sip of water. Okay. I'm going to start in the chair again. Fast feet. You don't have to. You could be standing. Fast feet. Come on. If you're in the chair, you can go really fast, right? There's no impact, very little. All your weight's in the chair. Okay? You're standing. Let's go. Let's go. Everybody slow kicks. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Now if you're seated, you might want to lean back. That way you can get a higher kick and release the hip flexors. Big, slow kicks. Now, smaller, faster kicks. Okay, I'm not on the beat. You might not be either. Maybe you could go faster. And march. Step out and in. Out, in, out. Now this could become a lunge. If you're standing, you're sitting your butt back. If you're seated, a lunge would be actually pressing your foot into the floor, giving it a little more weight, putting more pressure on the legs. You got it. We're gonna change it to jack, so faster. Here's a jack. If you're in the chair, you could do a jumping jack. Okay, if it hurts your back, go back to what I showed earlier. Standing, you might not want to jump, okay? But you can do faster jacks. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to squats. 30 seconds. Any kind of squat you like. You know, like any squats, everybody can squeeze and release their glutes. No excuse. Come on. Faster. Slower. Last 5 seconds, speed it up. Now you can stay in the chair or not. Fast feet, 20 seconds. You can stay in the chair. Fast feet, let's go. Try not to lean too far forward. Kicks slow. Slow kicks. So you notice, standing it causes some balance challenges. You can do it in the chair, lean back if you're doing that. That way you can kick higher. Kick some more. Nice and slow, using those muscles. Full range. A lot of us don't do a big range of motion during the day. Faster kicks. Remember in the chair, what I showed you? Maybe high up. This is a mid-impact. Really, I'm almost no impact. It looks like I'm jumping. I'm really not. Yeah. Step it side to side. Out, in. Remember, you can lunge it or not. If you're in the chair, you're putting weight in those feet. Just step it out if you need to. Sit back if you can. One more each side, then we go to jacks. All right, make it look a little different. Here we go. Jacks. So if you're in the chair, you could do a jumping jack. Those of us want to do mid-impact right here. It's just a little skip. Not too bad. Keep going. 4, 3, and march. I'm going to find my chair. 30 seconds of squats. Make sure it's there if you're going to sit. Here we go. Remember your squats. You're getting tired of your knees getting tired. Let's do transferring weight or squeeze your glutes. You don't have to sit, stand. You could even do a squat here. All right. Speed it up to the end, about 5 seconds. Come on. Everybody is rocking their feet. Okay, so if you're standing, it's weird standing, but you can do it. Good job. Get a sip of water. I'm going to run through those upper body motions again. Hand weights. I think I'm going to use my tube this round, just so that I can demonstrate it. Hand weights are fine, no weights are fine. Just flex the muscles you're working. We start with the back, we row, squeeze the back, squeeze the back. So remember your row this way with the weights, keep doing that. If you're using the tube, you might need to squeeze out a little further. Those who want to, leg lift, don't gotta. Squeezing your back, y'all. Don't make your shoulders do all the work here. Make your back do most of it. Change legs if you're with me. Engage the back. I want you to squeeze those shoulder blades. Think posture. 4 more. 3 more. We're going to chest soon. 1. Chest. Good. Remember, if you want, add a little squat. You don't gotta. If you're in the chair and you have weights, to make it harder, lean back. Fight gravity. Keep going. Really engage the chest muscles. Keep your hands holding but not squeezing. 2 more. We're going to biceps. Bicep curls if you want. Leg extension, you don't have to. If you're struggling with balance, sit down to do this. 4, 3, change legs if you're with me. Squeeze that thigh. Keep those biceps engaged. Chest proud. Yeah. You ready for triceps? Optional leg. Push. Make sure you're straightening the arms. Yeah. 4 more before we change legs. If you're in the chair, just tap those toes, lean forward, switch legs, let's go. Keep your neck nice and long. 4 more. 3, 2, we're gonna overhead press. Here we go. Up, down. If overhead doesn't work for you, go back to rotator or lateral raises. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it. I'm going to set the weights aside. Weights or tube, your tools aside. Get a sip of water. All right. If you absolutely cannot get out of the chair, you're not going to be able to do the next hamstring work. So you will have to do, maybe you can do lunges instead, where you can squeeze this glute and release, and then you'll do the other side, okay? But if you can get out of the chair at all, even if you can just lean on it, we're going to do ham curls. So we'll be kicking ourselves like so to engage those hamstrings like a bicep curl. If that bothers your knee, then you're going to do a straight leg lift to engage that hamstring, okay? All else fails, do what I showed in the chair. All the weight stays in the chair. All right, I'll turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing. We alternate it first. So if you're in the chair, you're doing that one side only, and you're just squeezing and releasing, okay? You could do a straight leg if it's bothering your knee. Now I really need you to keep the knees pointed down. They want to kind of come up like a jog. Point them down so we get those hamstrings. 4, 3. You're going to stay on one leg now. 8, 7, 6. If you're in the chair, stay on that one side. You haven't changed yet. Change legs. 4, 3, 2. We go back to alternating. Now if you're in the chair doing that lunge, change sides. We'll wait for it. Once you're there, squeeze and release. If it's getting too much on your knees, straight leg it, squeeze that glute. One leg only, everybody. 8, 7. Come on, knee points down. In fact, if you can take it behind you a little bit, you can engage it some more, switch legs. Alternate for 8, and we're done. 8, 7. And release it, shake it out. All right, spinal balance. If you're in the chair, your spinal balance will look like this. One arm up, one arm back. Arm by your temple if you can get it there. Okay, if not, wherever it goes, no higher than temple. And then when we switch sides, you switch sides. Okay, the rest of us, our spinal balance is near the chair. If it's my left arm, it's my right leg, vice versa. Lengthen. Squeeze the back. Now lengthen the back. Lengthen the arms and legs. Now lift and lower. Squeeze the glute. Squeeze the glute. Take the back of the hand and press it up. Freeze. Everybody take everything out to the side. I'll show you dead ahead. Looks like that. If you're seated in the chair, it's like this, okay? Woo, feel that. Bring it back to center. Those who are doing what I'm doing, see if you can let go. And then release. Switch sides. Other side. Lengthen, shoulders down. Lengthen that back. Lift the chest. Lengthen the arm. Lengthen the leg. Squeeze the back. So you're squeezing my glute, and I'm pressing the back of my hand up. If you're in the chair, you're doing the same thing. You're just doing opposite arm, opposite leg, opposite arm, opposite arm. Come on. Neck is out of your ears. Freeze. Take it out to the side. What if you try to let go here? Oh yeah. Back to the center. Those who want to, try to let go again. Bring it back. Walk away, round the back and stretch. If you're in the chair, you can do the same thing. Now lengthen through the back. Arch it, in fact, a little bit. Pull your shoulders back, chin up. Take a deep breath. Feel that lengthening in the belly. And round the back again. One more time, arching the back, lengthen through the belly. And neutral. All right, sip of water. Yeah, grab that sip of water. Oh, well, that didn't work. Okay, well, let's all sit down. If you don't have a chair and you didn't want one, you're doing your hamstring stretch up here. Otherwise, the rest of us are going to one leg straight. No matter which leg is straight, the hands are on the opposite leg, way up high. Flat back and stretch. Take a breath. Yeah. Can you push that heel down a little harder and lift your tailbone? Switch legs. You got to switch your supporting hands. Okay? Press the heel. Really try to lengthen your hamstring, y'all. Okay? The stretches you hate the most are the ones you need the most. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. All right, we're gonna open those hips. So, pushing your hands gently on the inner thighs as you sit up tall, And now as you're doing that, relax your legs because they're gonna wanna push back. I need you to open. Right in here, soften it, let it open. Hip flexor stretch. Those in the chair, you can lean back and just squeeze your glutes and really lengthen your legs. If you're standing, you may want some balance so that you can focus on the hip flexors. Bend one leg up, squeeze the glutes, push that hip forward, the knee comes back. If you're able to grab the foot, you can, you may, but you don't have to. It's a lot of pressure on the kneecap. Then take that leg back. See if you can sink a little more. Can you feel that a little deeper in the hip flexor? We're gonna switch sides. If you're in the chair, relax, shake it out, and then go back to the stretch I showed you. So we're gonna squeeze the glutes. In order to lengthen the hip flexor, you gotta squeeze those glutes. Push the knee back and down. If you can grab the foot, do it. Okay, it gives you that deeper stretch, but not everybody can or should. If you want, you can take that leg back a little bit, really lengthen through the back leg. Awesome. Having a seat. You're gonna cross your right ankle in front of your left, or if you can go deeper, all the way up here, okay? Make sure it's just not on the kneecap. Sitting up tall, twist and look over that right shoulder. And breathe. Take about 3 deep breaths here. Unwind and rewind. Good. Left foot in front of the right, at the ankle or knee. Twist and look over. 3 deep breaths. Take your time. You can open the chest, arms down low. If you have good shoulders, maybe you take it up and open back. This is tough on some bad shoulders, so low is fine. If you can press your head into your hands, keep your elbows back, taking the chin up a bit, and then relax. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, press the head and open the chest, squeezing the back. And release. Arms come up. And stretch one side and the other. Feel that stretch. And again, I know I've told you before, I know this looks weird, but if you can roll those wrists, opening the fingers nice and wide as you bring the arms down. And shake it out. I'm gonna settle back in my chair. If you're standing, find a comfortable standing position. And relax for a moment. Feel the air coming in through the nose, out through the nose. Thank you for joining me today, or maybe you're joining me on a different day because today is July 8th, and some of you might use this recording another time. Remember that my Facebook wall has a bunch of these live videos. You do have to scroll down quite a way, or you don't have to go all the way down, but there's a bunch of them there. If you want to try something different, I try to have the title of the workout in it. If it says active aging, generally it will include a chair, but not always. Sometimes I have active aging boot camp, and maybe it doesn't include a chair. So Hope you enjoy these workouts. I'm doing them for you as well as for me. It keeps me accountable. I care that you what? Keep moving. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. I hope to see you tomorrow at 10 Central.